Hey guys, it's your girl, makeup artist DeShawn Hatcher. Each week it's a different setup. I don't know if you can see. I see myself. I just want to make sure, as usual, that you guys can hear. Hey, MB. Hi, MB. Yeah, I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. That's kind of all. You know how I am. Can you hear me? Yeah, because the mic is over here and the camera's over here. I'm trying to do various setups until I can figure this joint out. But I think if the camera doesn't fall tonight, we got something going. That's what I mean. So, yeah, man. Hello, beautiful people. Sunday at 7 with your girl, makeup artist DeShawn Hatcher. And tonight is one of those nights where I actually have a topic. This is not a Q&A. This is a topic. This is a topic for discussion. This is not me throwing things at you. I think this is really important to talk about because I think we'll get into it, but I just think it's a really good topic to talk about what makes you so different from your peers. And I think if we all share what makes us all different from our peers, then maybe I think light bulbs will go off tonight. I think. I could be wrong. I don't know. No man princess. Hi, honey. Vicky, hi, Vicky. Hello, Auntie. Hey, Vicky, thank you. Nazi V, hey, it's my bedtime, but I'm going to sit here for a while. Thank you, Nazi V. Thank you. Hey, Nazi V, I might come on during the week this week. I mean, during the day, not during the week, but during the day this week. Be on the lookout. Turn on those notifications so you know if I accidentally just pop up during the week, during the day. Yes. So yeah, peeps, man, listen, it is Sunday. It's Sunday at 7. And I am here to talk to you amazing makeup artist peeps. All right. That's what this is all about. They are on. Okay. Make sure you turn on the notifications because there are times that she's up, me. Third person I'm up in the middle of the night. And sometimes I do come on it like it's weird for people who don't know, people who don't live in the United States. I could come on at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I tend to talk to other people in other parts of the country when I do that. But every now and then she pops on at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. She's an insomniac. What can I say? L-U-G-K. Hello, L-U-G. Lou G-K. Hello. Hi, DeShawn. Finally a Sunday when I can visit live. Love you. Thank you. Yay. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Listen, I know we all got stuff to do on a Sunday, okay? Okay. But we're going to let a few people come in. I'm grabbing my blanket. We're going to let a few people come in here before we start to talk about the subject at hand. Hey, Karen Allen. Oh, my God. It's DeShawn. Hey, lady of wisdom. Hi. I need to like listen. I need to take screenshots of everything you guys say. Like, what makes me different? I am the lady of wisdom. And all of you guys who ordered t-shirts, first of all, thank you. Congratulations on your t-shirt purchase. It will be going out not tonight, because tonight's Sunday. Tomorrow and Tuesday. There. So you guys know. I will, you should get an email notification that your t-shirts are coming to you. You should. And if you don't, for some weird reason, if you care, let me know, just write me here. But yeah, your t-shirts are on the way. Yay! Very excited. Oh, Shamika, Alfred. Hello, Shamika. Shamika says, hello, everyone. Oh, thank you, Karen. Thank you. So yeah, okay, so let me make sure. What else did I have to tell you? I always forget. I need to put posters up. What makes me different from everybody else? I don't write nothing down. That's what makes me different. I have topics. It's all off the top of my head. If I have notes, I show you. If I don't, if I have a topic, I just have a topic and I want to talk about it. That's what happens. This is like one of those open societies of let's have a conversation. You know how I feel about that. So happy to finally catch the live. Hi, everybody. Hello, Jennifer Mitchell. Hello. So yeah, okay, so you guys can hear me. You can see me. I got everything. Lights are just set up differently. Y'all can see my eyes, right? You can see my eyes. Okay. because I had the lights here and I was like, I can't even see myself. Like, what's happening? So I'm changing setups. So, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Make sure you turn on your notifications if you haven't turned your notifications on. There, the YouTube speak is out of the way. So be present tonight, because this is a conversation, but really, what makes you all different from your peers? What is the thing that you offer that will make you different, right? The reason why this came up, and you guys know most of my topics come up last minute, because I'm always searching for topics. I'm always like, what am I going to talk about this week? And I literally was watching a branding video. A branding expert was talking, and he had mentioned that a lot of people in the industry, and not our industry, but industries in general, will basically copy somebody else. So you will see, like if somebody were to copy me, they'd come on and be crazy. But they would copy what I do. They would copy it. Some people literally take verbatim. They'll go on somebody's website, copy, let's say, almost their whole bio, and then put it on a thing. People copy, I remember I had asked a person, I wanted to do something, and I really honestly can't remember exactly what I wanted to do, but I know it was something to do with marketing. And I had reached out to somebody who I thought was, quite knowledgeable. And I said, hey, can I talk to you about how to do XYZ? And the advice was, yeah, just go look at what they're doing, just copy them. And I just was like, I don't want to do that. I don't get anywhere copying people. I haven't gotten anywhere copying a person, a soul. Every single time I try to copy somebody, every single time, people blows up in my face. So I stopped trying to copy people. I stopped trying to copy people's styles. I stopped trying to copy people's logos forever. We get all into, what should this look like, and how do I do it, and I'll just look at theirs and take theirs and then I'll adapt it to mine. That just doesn't work for me. It all has to be kind of like organically DeShawn. And so what makes you organically Ambi and organically Nazi B? What Karen? Who else is here? Shamika, Jennifer, what makes you authentically you? So that when you're ready to present yourself to your clients, they get a feel for who you are. See, that's the point. It's not so much, like I said, I used to have this obsession. I still do, because I love him so much. But I used to have this obsession with Sam Fine. Technically, I still do, because I just adore him beyond words. But I used to try my hardest to be Sam Fine, even right down to his Sam Fine pose. And I was like, DeShawn, what are you doing? You're not Sam Fine. What are you trying to do? What are you doing? Just be you. Just be who you are. And so it's like, it's all the little things that we do that's going to differentiate ourselves from other people. And when we try to mimic other people, I just don't think it works out very well. And so, I just kind of wanted to I don't know, get to see what your issues are. It really is a marketing issue, but it really is an identity issue. And I do believe that when we all start out, we see things in our careers, that we see things that inspire us, right? We see pictures and stuff that inspire us, but then I think we try to copy them. I know I did. I'm not gonna lie. I tried, but my hand is not the same. And I would beat myself up when I couldn't do it, because it was like, like I said, I had a Sam Fine obsession, and so I wanted to beat face like Sam Fine, but it just wasn't working. It just wasn't working for me. Just every time I tried, I was like, it's not good. And I noticed that would hold me back in the things that I've always wanted to kind of do, because I just kind of like do something and then I'd beat myself up because it wasn't exactly like Sam or, Stephen Demick, or, I would beat myself up. And I think all of that comes into play when we talk about being different and not trying to be a copycat and creating your own style, and all of that comes in play. That's why when you see these top people, they have their own thing. There's a lot of disciples from Sam Fine. I can tell you right now, I can look at somebody's work and say, you like Sam Fine. I can tell you somebody's work and say, oh, you like Nikki Posley. I can see it, but it doesn't really separate you from them. It just tells me that you took their class, so it tells me you studied them a lot. So what is it that you guys are going to do to separate yourself? And Lou GQ, make the client feel beautiful in their own skin besides the makeup. Work like complementing the skill with the love of making someone feel beautiful and having a nice time. That's what makes them come back. I agree with you totally, 100%. I do. And so how do you go about that? Because again, see, everybody's different. Everybody has their own style of doing it. And so sometimes I think when we get stuck and we don't have a lot of clients at times, sometimes I think I think authenticity has been removed from the world. And I think if you brought more of yourself into it, I think that would be helpful. It's sort of like I'm going to say LGK. Lou, right? Lou, is it Lou? Lou GK. I'm going to say Lou. So what Lou just said is like, do you make your clients feel beautiful? And how do you do that? How do you do that? What is Lou? Thank you, Lou. How do you do that? What type of thing do you do? I will give you an example, not even beautiful, but just special. Okay. It's not here, so I can't show you. It's in my kit. I'm sorry. But I do this thing at the end, especially now since of COVID. Okay. So I do this thing where I have do I have one here? I have my personal makeup thing right here, but I don't think I have one because this is my personal bag. But since COVID, I have been giving away disposable items, right? I don't want them. What the hell I'm doing with them? And I realized instead of just tossing them in the garbage, why don't you just give it to your clients? And I package it in a certain way. It's nothing cuckoo crazy, but I just had a client who is a legend. She's a legend. To me, she's a legend. Now, to you people, be like, who is she? But to me, she's a legend, okay? And I had given it to her, and she said, oh, now this is a lady that has been around for a very long time, decades and decades. She has had her face beaten by Way Bandy. Okay, did you hear what I said? And so, so when I gave her the stuff, and after I had worked with her, she had said, oh my God, this is lovely, and she complimented me by giving her disposables. I didn't even do, it wasn't anything crazy, but I gave her disposables in this little box that I have. And she just was like, ooh, this is professional, And so this is what I'm trying to say. It's like, how are you like the littlest, sometimes guys, it is the littlest thing you could do for your client. The littlest thing. It doesn't have to be this big grandiose. You spent $5 million on a kit to give them. It's not that. What is those littlest things that you do that just separate yourself from your people? And she made a point to make it clear to me that people have given me things, but they ain't done it like this. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm happy you're happy, But this is what I'm talking about. It was like that interaction with her, and then looking at the guy, the branding guy, and all that. It just made me go click. It just made me go, okay, what do you do? Small, big, medium, that separates you. So let me see. It's like glue. Okay. Ambi says, made a Z palette with custom blended foundations and concealers for my important clients. Love it. Jennifer, I like to add a pampering element to all of my services. I try to always add a face mask or eye mask during my skin prep. Additionally, I always make a to-go touch-up kit for things like photo shoots. You go. Lou says, yes, I give away the disposable sponges I use on every client and advise them on retouching their makeup later. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, what can we do to further that? What kind of additional personalizations? I'm using big words. But what are the additional personal things that you can give them? Is there anything else? Can we expound on these amazing ideas that you guys, it's not even an idea, you do. Can we expound on them? What can we do when we give away our disposals? What can we do to keep the client coming back to you. Because see, all of that is helpful in having them remember you. Now, for a long time, what I used to do was just box it up and give it to them. I didn't think about, honestly, I didn't think about adding a card. I didn't even add my card. I was just like, yeah, you got my number. And plus, to be straight, let's be straight, let's be real. I was running out of cards. It was COVID. I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't even thinking about business cards. I didn't care. I'm stuck in the house. Who cares about a business card? But honestly, I just ordered 100 business cards because it dawned on me, like, you're not even putting your card into the disposal, into the thing. And I was just like, oh, DeShawn, put your card in there, and she just contacted me yesterday, and she left me, I ran to the boyfriend to tell him. I was like, oh, she left me the nicest note. It was so sweet. I was so touched. But the point is that had I not done all of that, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's like you leave things open for chances. And these little tiny touches that we can do for our clients is what's going to separate you from the rest. Sometimes it's not always whatever. You know how many people use red lipsticks? People use eyeshadows and eyeliners, everybody. So then what are you going to do with your stuff, whatever it may be, disposables, not disposables? What do you do? See, that's the important part. And I think sometimes we miss that a lot. Hey, Layton. Hello, Miss Layton. Nazi B says, follow up. Yeah, Nazi B, sometimes you can. Sometimes, you should follow up and say, depending on what the service. And again, I'm going to, straight up girl, I don't follow up with people. I really don't. And it's something that I need to do. See, so you asking me follow up. Yes, that would be helpful. Everything that I don't do, yes, you do. But follow up is very important. Following up just to see how they like their makeup, especially like for a lot of times, like a lot of you guys do weddings. I think it's extremely important to follow up when you do weddings. I hear let me tell you what people tell me about weddings all the damn time. Oh, you never get repeat business in a wedding. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I get repeat, whenever I do weddings, I get repeat business all the time, even though I don't like weddings. Weddings are not my jam, honestly. I tell you guys all the time, it's just not my thing. But I get repeat business from weddings because these women go on to take more pictures of themselves. Their friends go on to take more. I get a lot of residual work from weddings, oddly enough, especially when I'm dealing with consumers. And I think it's in the way that I handle the bride. And it's not just the way she looks. It's the demeanor. It is the way I interact with people. It is the way I give away stuff if I give it away, or whatever it may be. But that's what I'm kind of talking about, So don't think of weddings as not something that you can make more money off of. You can. I don't know why people say that, but you can. This always throws me. But yes, my darling, follow up is very important. Even if it's just like, hey, I just want to check on you, see how your makeup is doing. Or how about, hey, it's your birthday, happy birthday. Or you had a child, congratulations. Or see what I'm saying? Like keeping up, not with the Kardashians, but keeping up with your clients and seeing, life things happening. And you just even being on Instagram and commenting, you don't always have to send them a gift. I don't think, let me see. I'm trying to think of, honest to God, how many gifts I have given to clients. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really a big gift giver because I don't want you to come to me thinking you're always going to get a gift from me. So I don't really give gifts. I mean, disposables to me is not a gift, but I don't give gifts. Like I'm not going to send you a lipstick. I'm not going to send you. I just, I keep up with my clients and I will comment on their Instagram accounts or I'll congratulate them on something. But as far as me giving away things on a constant basis, no, I don't do that because I just think that when you start, it's like when I always talk about, she's always off on her tangents. You guys know that, right? But whenever I talk about training a dog, right? If there are any dog trainers on here, and I constantly see them feed the dog, right? They're constantly feeding the dog. Sit, here's a treat. Sit, here's a treat. I'm always like, well, when does the dog when does the dog stop wanting you to feed them, to do the trick? And I don't believe in doing that to not saying people are dogs, but you know what I'm saying? It's a metaphor. It's, it's an example. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, so that's why I personally don't give gifts too often, because I think that they constantly will be waiting for it to come. And then it's like, I ain't got nothing for you this week. You know what I'm saying? Like, your ass out. You know what I mean? So I just rather be pleasant and happy and interactive on social media with them. And then sometimes I might even drop them a note, just to, hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you on Instagram or blah, 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 and not even asking, hey, do you need your makeup done? It's not about like, I try not to hit people up with, do you need your makeup? It's not about that. It shouldn't be about just trying to book people. It should be more about you're genuinely, and I am, honest to God, genuinely interested in them and how they're doing and things like that. So always trying to hit people up for like, just let me know when you need your makeup done. It's not always necessary. Not always necessary. LJ Hill said, some of my clients I have had for over 10 years, and then their kids and other families. Oh, then I become family. Yes. And I am at a family, and I'm at family functions. This is what I'm talking about. LJ, you feel me. You feel me, LJ. We here. Yes. I said on my bride's anniversary messages, I think that's beautiful. I have a preset email that goes out 3 days after the service, thanking them for booking me and wishing them well. I also add a link to my Google business page if they would like to leave a review. I think that is beautiful. I think, LJ, here she goes to her 15 cents. I think you should say, leave me, not will you, leave me a quote, like, hey, I need a quote from you. Leave it for me. Because sometimes when you leave people, you just let people go, they don't do it. And it's not because they didn't like you. It's just sort of like out of sight, out of mind. But if you were to, let's say you did that and you followed up with, hey, I'm going to use this picture, right? I'm using this picture from my website, and then send them an email saying that, hey, I really would like a quote from you about, and then you coach them to what you need. See this? You got to coach people to what you need. So sometimes you like when I'm asking for a quote, right? I will say, can you give me a quote on how it was to work with me? Can you give me a quote on my makeup application? Or can you give me a quote on, I don't know, how fabulous I am, whatever. See what I'm saying? Instead of just letting them pick and choose, point them to what the marketing strategies that you need. Did y'all get that? You point them towards the marketing strategies you need, because it's nice when they want to write you something, but sometimes when you need that pinpointed, her makeup was bomb, or she was so amazing, her talent, whatever. You need strategic marketing. And so you have to get them to give you strategic quotes. And you just say, hey, can you just give me a quote on what it was like the day of your wedding with me? Whatever you need. That's what you should be asking for. Remember, you have to ask for what you want. And sometimes what you want is something a little bit more pinpointed. Okay. So remember that. So then you can make yourself look better on your website. Because see, the problem with it is like a lot of times when I am on, guys, I find you. I find you all. And I may read, quotes from, especially if you guys do weddings. And a lot of times it's the same kind of quote from a lot of the same brides. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the same stuff. What you need to do, again, remember what makes you different from your peers is you need to start asking pinpointed questions for quotations. That's what you need. Come up with like 5 different questions that you would like kind of asked, answered on your site, so people can see the difference in you. Like one bride might say, I love the way DeShawn chose the color, whatever. I don't know. I just love the way she did this. And another one could say her team was amazing. And another one could say, see what I'm saying? Like instead of all saying the same thing, make it so that it's interesting to the reader, not just interesting to you. Because it ain't about you. It's about the people that want to hire you. Do you get what I'm saying? If y'all understand what I'm saying, please give me a thumbs up or something, because I need to know. That's what I'm saying. Okay, LJ. Okay, well, you did. You just told me it was a good idea. Okay. That makes it easy for them to know what to write, especially if they are busy. Exactly. But yeah, thank you for the, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you have to make it a little easier for them. Like, hey, I'm looking for a quote for this. Exactly. I've been doing that now for myself, just for quotes for myself. Like, I will run around at people in the industry, and I know they're busy, and I know what I want, and I say, I want XYZ. Can you give me a quote that speaks on this experience with me? Can you give me a quote that speaks on my skill level? Can you give me a quote? See what I'm saying? You have to pinpoint what you want, because they'll just write anything, and it's beautiful when people write anything for you. You really need pinpointed stuff. Lou says, maybe what we have to do is practice our creativity too. Actually try to brew ideas for new skin prep, new color mixes, etc. Sometimes I feel stuck in my good old ways. Oh, honey, Lou. Yes. And then Jennifer says, not sure if this posted, but this is inspiring me to actually send out more than just just thank yous over Instagram. Yeah, that makes me happy. Yeah, man. I mean, I do think about this stuff a lot, and always trying to think about how we can use client stuff for ourselves and make ourselves look better, and how it can be beneficial to us, and then beneficial to the people who are reading about us. I'm in the middle. I tell you this all the time. I'm in the middle of so much stuff, but I get stuck too. I think this is going to help me tonight because I get stuck too. I say, oh, I don't want to. I'm still working on. Guys, I'm trying to do this whole appraisal thing for you guys. And I swear to God, whenever I feel like I'm sounding like my competition, I get very agitated with myself. And I'm like, I don't like that. I don't want to sound like that. And then I shut it down. I'm like, it's going to come out when it comes out. I'm not going to force myself anymore. It's going to come out in the DeShawn way it comes out. That's how it's going to come out. But I'm not going to sound like or be like anybody else in our industry, because it's just not my thing. And I have to get off my back and realize that, when the words come, that's when it will roll, right? That's kind of how it has to be. But I do agree with Lou when he was like, or she, I'm sorry, I say Lou, I think of a guy. But when I think that's a great idea. And I think if you have the opportunity, Lou, or all of us, if you wanted to experiment with things like that, could you imagine? Now, all these things come to me when I'm talking to you, but could you imagine if you called in 6 of your clients and had a little mini party, and they came in like a little mini party, nothing that cost you crazy money. And you said, hey, I'm experimenting on some moisturizers. Why don't you guys come over here, your clients? I would love to give you a moisture treatment, and then tell me what you feel about that. Do you know how important they would feel that you asked them to do that? And it's cool. People love stuff like that. They love stuff like that. See? So it's like, so when you have ideas like that, then take that idea and use it to your advantage. Take that idea of, I want to think about eyeshadows. I want to think about colorways. I want to think about, and then invite your clients in to play. That's what you're doing. Invite them in to play with you. Say, hey, you call playtime. Here, I'll give it to you. Go playtime, whatever you want to call it, care. But you can invite them in, and you can share it with them. You don't have to share a formula or anything, but you just invite them in, and you could say, hey, I have an idea for XYZ. I'd love to do this, and maybe I'd like to photograph you when I'm done. Is that okay with you? Would you like to come in and have some playtime with me? Do you see what I'm saying? But again, I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to myself. But these are things that, how are you going to make yourself different? That's the thing. And also it would get you off of that whole thing where I really want to do it. I really want to do it. But then, You know, like you need to test it out. Whatever you're trying to do, though, you still need to test it out. Why not test it out on clients? Clients will be willing to show up. Believe you me, they will be willing to show up with a little makeup and a little champagne on the side, that kind of thing. A bottle of champagne could cost anywhere from $10 to whatever. A little platter of some type of food might cost you $20. So think of ways that you can like literally invest in your like your people, your clients for like $10 to $50 a pop when you want to do something like sweet like that. $10 to $50 could be like cards that you give out. It could be so many different things that you can do. But behind the scenes, you have to make yourself different. You have to make yourself stand out more. And you have to make sure that you get stuck in their brain. That's really important, that they remember you, because people will forget you quickly. Let's see. Let me see. LJ Hill at Jennifer. Okay, you're talking to, but I'm gonna read it anyway because you're talking to Jennifer on my line. Yes, you should send out more than Instagram. Thank you. Try it out and watch your retention rate go up. Makeup by, is that Deliza? I'm gonna think that says Deliza. I'm different because I'm honest. I'm different because I'm honest. There are products that aren't good, and a lot of gurus would recommend it or promo it to get the check. Very true. Thank you, LJ. You are uniquely you. Ooh, ask the boyfriend. Let's see. I've learned clients really like when you explain what you're doing. The comfort zone rises when they feel you actually know what you're doing. Newbie and Princess, you are 100% correct. But don't explain too much, because then that becomes a lesson. Don't give away things. That's an upsell. So I want you to understand what you just said is 100% correct, because I do. I explain every now and then. I'll say, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but I'm not giving you a lesson. Make sure it doesn't turn into a lesson, because they should be paying you for a lesson. If you need to explain one or two things, that's fine, but don't turn it into a lesson, because they should be paying you for a lesson. Okay, that's the difference. So yeah, be careful, because I used to do that too. Oh, I'm doing blah, 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 blah. And I rattled it all off, and I was like, I could have charged for a lesson with that joint. What the hell? And a lot of clients, as much as I love to talk about clients, they try to take advantage too. Like, what are you doing now? And what is that? And because they're trying to piece together what you're doing so they don't have to hire you anymore. So that's the other thing. Be careful of that as well. But yeah, I'm into giving tips and advice. I think that's extremely important. Guys, I'm going to push this down your throats, but it's one thing to sit in front of people and give advice. It's another thing to type it out and use it as a blog, because that is when you become the expert. When you start writing, that is when you do it. When you can tell people, hey, go to my website. If they ask you a question, oh, what do you think about embryolisse? Oh, embryolisse, I wrote a whole article about embryolisse on my website. You can go by and read it, and you could still tell them about it. But just for them to hear that, they go, oh. You always want your client to go, oh, that's what you want. That's what you want. Jennifer Mitchell has a question. How do we advertise more in-depth services without being pushy? In the process of completing my esthetician license, I want to build clientele and offer more for my clients. Well, why would that be pushy if you're just telling? In other words, are you saying that like you're standing there and you're going, oh, I have a treatment? And like, are you talking to them as you were doing their faces? I guess I'm trying to understand why asking, or not asking, but telling them of new treatments would be a problem. I've had facials and all that kind of stuff done. And then they'll say to me something like, oh, hey, if you want this experience, here's this facial. So next time you come in, you might want to try this facial. You see what I'm saying? That's what they do to me. And I'm never upset about it. I'm like, oh, I didn't know about that. And I always get excited because I'm like, oh, I didn't know about that. Oh, that sounds good. So again, but it's all about how you market yourself. Do you leave, things to leave behind is very important. Making up so let's say you have the client in your chair, whatever it may be, and then you should pull out a card, and you should be able to say, well, I offer these three, or whatever you do. And I think this one would be really great for you next time if you want to try it. And then give them the card. A lot of times we'll talk to our clients and we have no handouts. We have nothing to give them. And so I think it's important that if you're going to do that, and there's nothing wrong with that, everybody does that. Again, differentiate yourself, which means make the card up or whatever and hand it out. Also, what would be helpful, let's say like I have oily skin, right? I have oily cystic acne skin, and I just came to you and you noticed, oh, your skin is pretty oily, whatever. Not only did you say, yo, sis, I got this extra facial, but you also said, hey, I got this little thing on oily skin. I'm handing that to you too. Did you feel what I said? Did you hear me? Did you feel what I said? So you see what I'm saying? You're even helping me even further, right? Not only did you just recommend another service to me, but you just gave me a little blip of information on oily skin. Do you understand what I'm saying? I wish we were on Clubhouse so we could talk, but I'm just trying to get you guys to let your brain go a little bit further. Okay, so wait, Shamika said, I take the time to listen to exactly what my clients are looking for and walk them through the best ways to get the same results at home to help better their skin. I've transitioned from doing makeup. Bravo, my darling, bravo. I think part of me feels like I want to be an esthetician too. I'm obsessed with skin here lately. I don't know what is going on. Again, that is fantastic, but a lot of jibby jabber does not, sometimes people do not retain the jib and the jabber. So how are we going to make sure that it stays here? In many ways is giving things away. A lot of times you have to have a budget for things that you in your business that you're going to physically give away. It costs nothing to print up a card with some information on it. It costs nothing to make a postcard with information on it. It's all these little things that you can do for your client. Do you give them advice and then check up on them later and say, hey, did you ever do XYZ? When you're a facialist, I call them facialists, you recommend product. Are you selling that product, right? Are you selling it to them, right? Or are you just recommending things? Because you might want to look into selling it as well. That's another uptick for you. But it also keeps them coming to you. So these are all the things that you have to think about, because not every esthetician, facialist, will sell, right? A lot of them just do faces and let them go, but not many sell product, and that's something you should think about, Shamika to open my facial salon. Shamika, Alfred, congrats on the facial salon. Good luck. Yes, Shamika, congratulations, my darling. That's a big deal. You get it going, honey. Nazi B says, so true, DeShawn. Thank you, Nazi B. Yes, generally, yes. Yeah, so you guys again, I need interaction. Anything I just said, did I make any sense to you? If it made sense, give me a thumbs up, because I have to ask. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that helped you. Let me know it makes sense to you, because it's important. How are you going to how are you going to make yourself different from your people? How do you make yourself different from your peers? How are you going to do that? And to me, it all comes down to personal service and how much are you willing to go that extra mile for people? I keep saying that it's really we are in a service industry, and we have to remember that. And I think a lot of times, including myself, we forget that. We forget we're in a service industry. We think it's just about makeup. It's not. It's more than makeup. I told you, I don't think about giving out a card. I go, thank you. It's so nice to meet you. Hug, hug. Well, not hug, hug anymore, but thank you. It's so nice to meet you. Blah, 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 blah. Follow me on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And then we bounce. I'm ready to go home. But I realized that just recently, you can do better. It all, honestly, I don't have it here, but it kind of all started. This whole conversation really started when first of all, you guys know how much I hate Chanel. So before I say this, it's going to sound hypocritical, I'm going to say. but that's it. I'm a hypocrite. Okay. So for years I've hated Chanel. I don't like, and the reason why I don't like Chanel was because they lacked Black people. It's a long story. Companies are, I'm going to digress and I'll come back. But companies are allowed not to have any Black person in their advertisement at all. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when you put Black people in your advertisements and then Black people go to your booth or your counter or whatever, and then there's nothing for us. It's like a bait and switch that I feel. And for decades, Chanel was very into baiting and switching on Black folk, and it would irritate me. But now that I do see that they're trying, I kind of lighten up on them for a hot minute. And I wanted to order that, crap. You know, that sun tanning balm thing that they have that comes into that little round thing and has the Chanel thing on top. I ordered that and it was $50 or 50 or 60, right? And I said, okay, you know, it looks so beautiful on so many people. And I ordered it. It was 50 or $60. I believe it was 50. Let me tell you one thing. Let me explain this to you. It came in the most beautiful, I'm a big box girl. I'm into marketing. I'm into all of that. It came in the most beautiful box. It was like, I was with the boyfriend and I opened it up and it was like this beautiful Chanel box. And I said, uh-oh, I think I got the wrong order, because it was just like, why is this coming? Like, why is this thing coming in this box? I don't understand it. I opened it up. I said, oh, I think I got the wrong thing. I opened it up, right? And then it's tissue wrapped. And then it's in a velvet pouch. And I'm like, what the hell? This is gorgeous. Oh my God. And I said, ooh, DeShawn, you got to step up your shite. Like, it was the box. It was the box. It made my head explode. I was like, wow, you really got to step up your game. I'm not Chanel. I don't have Chanel budget. But you can step it up. I'm telling you, I was so impressed by this little presentation I got. I was so impressed that it changed my brain in how I treated people. It immediately changed me completely. That I was like, what? I still have the damn box. I'm like, wow. They really went the extra mile to sell this product. It was impressive. When I tell you how impressive that joint was. Now, since then, I've ordered from Dior. I've ordered from all these other companies. Chanel, to be straight up and honest, that was the only thing that came wrapped like that. And the tissue paper was a specific tissue. It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. And it was just for this little, not tiny, but it was just for this bronzer. Child, Chanel, I told you, Chanel and I, we are not friends. We are acquaintances. But I got to tell you, I was so impressed by it. I stepped up my marketing and presentation game. I stepped that joint up 100%, because it just floored me. It floored me. So yeah, Tan de Chanel. I felt the same way about them also, Charlotte Tilbury. It's difficult for me to want to buy from them too. Yeah, it was very difficult for me, but I did notice that I went on their site and I did see Black girl colors. And I said, okay, I'm going to have to woosah how I feel about you, because I can see you're trying, even though I'm annoyed by you. I'm annoyed by your history. I'm annoyed by your founder, but I'm going to woosah. And I'm going to say, I 100% agree with you about Chanel. When I worked at Macy's, I saw that all the time. I'm not crazy. I know what I saw. Don't play me. I saw what you were doing. I saw you, Chanel. Yes. Chanel packaging is beautiful, but I'm phasing out all cosmetic lines that are not cruelty free. I feel you. Evie. No, you say NARS is another that is not. Oh, see, now I learned something new. I thought they were cruelty free. Interesting. Surratt presents their makeup beautifully like that too. Individual tissue wrapped with a rose grain ribbon to assist you to get the product out of the box. Oh, it's so lovely. Yes, T. Cooper, I'm all for it. Tandy Soleil. Thank you. Oh, Chanticleer. is a high end that is cruelty free. Ah, good to know. Good to know. I don't use any products that don't have true diversity. Yeah, that's how I was too. Honest to God, I was like that too. And I had gone on their website and I said, oh, you discovered Black people. You're Christopher Columbus. You discovered Black people. But I said, okay, it's like, I said, okay, I'll give you a minute. I'll give you a minute, even though I understand what they're doing. If you understand what I'm saying, I understand what they're doing. But I said, I would give you a break. I will give you a break. We'll see how well, listen, I would give you a break. We'll see how well this goes on, how long you got this going on for. I'm not going to break the bank on Chanel products, not by a long shot. But I have to admit, when I did order that one item, I was quite impressed. But now that you guys are telling me it's not cruelty free, that's an interesting thing for me. I will have to think about that, because I didn't understand what cruelty free meant. Honest to God, for years I didn't understand, what until I saw the lab animals, and then I almost was in tears. I said, "Oh God, I didn't know that's what that meant. Oh my God!" So it is a big deal to me as well. I didn't even look it up. I didn't even look it up, to be honest. I just was like, I want that product. I want to try. And by the way, I hate to say it, that product is stunningly beautiful. I use it on all people, but it only comes in that one color, and it's very much almost like my coloring. I don't think if I put it on my arm could I see. I think on this, like, see how my face is darker than my body. I'm quite light, so I think you can see it on my arm, but you can't see it on my face because my face is too dark. Nazi B says, I work for the boutique. The experience and packaging is everything for Chanel. I have to agree. I can't lie and say I was not impressed by it. I can't. As much as I don't like them, I can't say I was impressed. I was impressed. In fact, I think I even took video of me opening up. It was. I think I did. I think I made him take video with me, and I said, "Wait, take the video. I wanted to show. I'll do it on a YouTube video sooner or later. When I talk about this subject, I'm going to do a video on this as well, going a little in depth, or making it a little shorter." Evie says, "Diversity is key. Love a new botanical line designed by pro makeup artist sister. I cannot pronounce that. Rituel de Fil. Amazing. Who makes that line? And is that American? Don't sound like it. Fill us in, Evie. Fill us in. I don't know that brand. Sounds beautiful. I'd love to know more. But yeah, I mean, the reason why honestly is because I told you guys a while ago that I was switching over to luxury products, and so the things that I normally see in my clients' bags in terms of luxury products, no one is without Chanel in their bag. Dior, all those pretty poo-poo things. Nobody's like without that Clé de Peau, Chanticleer, all that. Nobody's without those things. So I said, I'm going to step up my luxury products. And so I got that from Chanel, and I got 2 eyeshadow thingies from Chanel. Remember, mostly what I invest in when I do luxury products, I don't invest in creams. Well, that's cream, but I don't normally invest in a cream product because creams don't have a long shelf life. The only thing I normally will spend money on is powdered products. So it would be eyeshadows that last long and blushes that are powder, and foundations, powdered foundations. Those are the 3 things I will invest in when it comes to pretty poo-poo stuff. That's what you'll see more of that in my kit than you won't see like foundations by them unless it's a powder foundation. I think that's something, wait a minute, Jennifer says, I think that's something that does differentiate me. I can't talk tonight, people. Me is that I am a woman of color, so it's important I have brands like Fenty, Black Up, Danessa Myricks that client recognize and use. Yeah, I have that too. I was so excited because I don't know, I had a moment in here when I was like, look at the Black people. Because, you know, I have Danessa and a little Fenty and Pat McGrath. And I just was like, look at the Black people. So it really did make me like, oh, look, Black people did something. Look. Yeah. So don't forget Pat McGrath. She's Black too. Don't forget Pat McGrath. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Lou. Thank you for coming. Have a good night. I think it gives them more confidence in the way their looks turn out. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Like, I do think that you should read your clientele. So what do I mean by reading your clientele? If you have a bunch of Black people and you notice that the majority of them get very happy when you pull out a Fenty or Pat McGrath or whatever, and they feel some type of kinship with you, then you have done your market research and you understand that. I know that my clientele go for the Black women. They go for the Chanels of the world. They go for the Tom Ford of the world. Most of them barely have any Black girl makeup, you know what I call Black girl makeup. They don't really have a lot of that stuff in there. They have all of this, Tom Ford, the Chanel, Dior. So I bought that. That's what I bought because I have been through so many kits, so many personal bags that I can see what they use. And so that's the reason why I did that. But I will admit that I did not do my research, my due diligence on the company, meaning that I didn't realize that Chanel was not cruelty free. So that's something that I'm bothered by, but now it's too late. I've invested my money and I'm not throwing it out. But I will know for next time, you know. So Nazi, you're talking about the stuff that I have, right? That the original was orangey. Yeah, this color, I don't know what it is. The tanning stuff from Chanel that I've been using almost on every person that will see, every white person that sits in my chair. I'm like, ooh. I use it all the time now. I just think it's gorgeous. It looks gorgeous on even the palest skin. It's beautiful on them. It just depends on how much you put on them. It's beautiful. I got to give them credit where credit's due. It is a beautiful product. I did Nazi. I did. It was Nazi. I'm telling you, the box was so beautiful. I just thought it was a mistake. I was like, what? Why? What is this? This is not supposed to be coming to me. It was beautiful. Yes, I sure did do a video unboxing. I did. Solange, hello, Solange. Hey, I'm late. Yeah, you are. Catch the replay, girl. I adore Pat McGrath, but was so very disappointed when I found out her line. Oh, God. What is happening? Not cruelty-free either. Wah, wah. I told Brian Dean I was going to get a soundboard. I looked into getting a soundboard to make sounds. They don't make the sounds that I want, so I don't know what to do. But if I had a soundboard, I'd be like, oh, you know, one of those noises. Oh, that's sad. Oh, well, I got a lot of non-cruelty-free stuff in my kit. I didn't. All right, she's not buying any more stuff. I'm not buying any more poo-poo stuff until I look it up. I'm not buying any more because I bought Pat McGrath. Wait a minute. And it's my new favorite. Well, actually, I brought this for my kit, but now it's for me. I don't have it on tonight, but I bought this. Yeah, it's dirty. I bought this. I might have to buy another one for my kit, though. It's so pretty. See if you guys can see it. It's hard for you to really see because the lights are blowing the color. But I literally just brought this. This is actually quite shimmery. It's very hard to tell in here. And you'll see me wearing this all the time. I love this thing. And it is she's got to learn how to tell me what this is. Pat McGrath Labs used without caution, shade throwing, and eye ecstasy. Yeah, she got to do better with the naming of these products. Anyway, I tried it on me and I was like, I'm keeping it. So, and I ordered like some more for my kit. Evie says, is anyone familiar with, I can't talk tonight, y'all, Autonomy, founded by pro makeup artists, and has become a cult favorite among celebrities that are not that are into green makeup, you have to tell people who this person is. If you're going to put up names, put the whole thing up, like who started it. That would be helpful. Let's see. I was upset that PAP doesn't have a. Yes, she does. She does have a pro discount. She does. She does have a pro discount. I believe it's 30%. But you have to sign up for it. It's not something that you can like literally just go online and think you're going to order it. You have to go through a certain channel. So go to, I believe it's on her site. I believe. Don't quote me. I paid full price. I didn't feel like going through all that nonsense. I just paid for it. But go online and I think it will say pro something. Go through that. You got to fill out the form. And that's why I was like, don't feel like playing with you, Pat. Just give me my stuff. Oh, and by the way, I bought this. She has a sale going on right now. And this is the only reason why I have it. I don't pay full price for a lot of things. And when I saw that she was on sale, I took it. So that's the difference between, I got the 25% off of this and the 25% off of the other stuff. That is the only reason why it's in, it's in my kit. Because it was on sale. Rashad, hi, honey. Hi, honey. Solange, here in Portugal, we don't have pro discounts in every brand, unfortunately. Well, we don't have pro discounts on every brand here either. It's only a select few brands, I believe, that give pro discounts. And if you're going to get a pro discount from certain brands, they want to know what it's for. Like, in other words, like you're going to use that product for something that is going to garner them publicity in some way, shape, or form. That's why as an editorial makeup artist, that when I did crazy amounts of fashion editorials and stuff like that, it was easier for me to get product because I would just use, I would have the signature that said makeup by DeShawn Hatcher for MAC, makeup by DeShawn Hatcher for NARS, and then they would just give me a lot of products. So I didn't have to, but lots of these, like the pooty poo poo ones, they want to know what you're using it for. They want to, and then some of them have a approved like editorial list that, you have to meet. So some of them, like, they won't give you product unless it's for like a Vogue or an Elle, and then some of them give them freely, like MAC used to. I don't know if they still do, but they used to give freely in terms of like, as long as it was going to be used for an editorial or a celebrity of some sort that was getting PR, they would give you product. That's how I was able to fill up my kit because I did so many editorials. So yeah. Yeah, Belinda. Yeah, I catch sales. I'm big on sales, but the major brands don't really have sales. Like, I mean, I know they do. Like every now and then, the store that they are in might say 25% off of Chanel today, but that's very rare, very, very rare. So, sometimes you just bite the bullet and pay for it. Like sometimes I don't feel like jumping through a company hoop just to get you to give me 30% off or something. That's all right. I just pay for it. You know what I mean? Like MAC with that whole discount thing really pissed me off. And I was like, I'm not buying no card to get a discount. That never computed in my brain. We don't have discounts on MAC also. Interesting. Amen. So Rashad said, child, we ain't getting shit. The budget is for influencers. Very true. I mean, we're not I guess I am, but I don't feel, I guess I am an influencer. I just don't feel like an influencer, but I guess I am because people keep telling me I'm an influencer and I don't like it. I'm like, no, I'm not. But yes. I mean, I don't get, but then again, I'm not asking for anything. I'm not reaching out to anybody, and I don't feel, I don't want to be obligated in any way, shape, or form to tell you about anything. They have to. They're taking all these brands and they're taking all this stuff, and they have to, whether they like it or not, they have to, tell you about it and show you. And yeah, I don't want to be tied down to companies because you gave me like a crap load of makeup. Who cares? If it sucks, it sucks. You know what I mean? So that's, most of them, if you really think about it, most of them don't tell you an item sucks. Most of them don't. Oh, it's so amazing. Oh, it's so amazing. Oh, it's so amazing. How could it be amazing? How could it be? All of them are amazing. Yeah. Okay, I'm not buying that. Let me see. Wait. For some reason, this thing is like cutting off your comments tonight. Atomy, right? Atomy? Yeah, Atomy. I can't talk tonight. I need more coffee. Okay, was founded by Miami makeup artist Valerie. I've heard of her. I think I've heard of her name. Who sought to create the best organic makeup, cruelty-free autonomy, right? Autonomy. It's certified natural and organic and highly pigmented. Oh God, help me, Lord Jesus! I can't read tonight. If it is, I think one of my issues in organic makeup is that a lot of times it does not go black, or it does not go black enough for me. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest problem I think I find is it just doesn't go black enough, or it's not as pigmented as I'd like, or sometimes the color selection is not as vast as I like. I see it changing. I will look it up. I don't mind. I'll look it up, see if I like it. Yeah, Evie says, such a shame the gratis goes to influencers instead of pro makeup artists. I totally agree. It's 10 years of this BS that they're doing. I think it's going to change eventually because influencers lie to us on a constant basis, or they'll do things. I'm on YouTube all the time, and I'm looking at certain people that I happen to like, but the things like they'll do that consumers are not really fully understanding is like, I just saw a young lady test out Rihanna's new drop foundation things. So she puts it all over her face, which is fine. Then she puts concealer on. Then she's like, wait, I got to put this foundation powder on. And then I got to do that. And then she goes out and she goes, okay, now it's going to be 8 hours. And I'll come back later and show you how it works. And I'm like, well, if you're going to show me how it works, then why did you put all this crap on top of it? How do I know it's going to work? And then she put primer, then she put primers on. She did all this stuff. How do I know how it's going to work if you do all of that? But consumers don't get that. Consumers they don't get it. They don't get it at all. Oh, you look so pretty. No. I'm like, but you don't even know how it works because she put all this extra stuff on top. Ugh, don't get me started. Hit Karen Allen. Max stopped charging for their pro card during COVID. I refuse to pay for the privilege of buying their product. Since COVID, I got one for free. Well, good for them. They're not getting anything from me. I'm done. They put pounds of product. Yes, they do. Which are the lines you feel do go deep enough these days, DeShawn? Fenty, NARS, Pat, Huda. I have not really looked into Huda. I'm not really interested in a Huda. So that's number one. Pat McGrath obviously goes dark. Tom Ford goes dark. I have a whole, many years ago now, I had a blog post that I had written about something like foundation colors for Black girls when the rainbow is not enough, or something like that. Anyway, and I listed all of the companies that went black, honestly went black. And I literally, for that article, I went through the entire line, counted from the lightest black person that I can think of all the way to the darkest. And I counted exactly how many, oh, that was such a pain in the ass, but I counted exactly how many foundations they literally had and how many foundations would work for Black people, period. So from, like I said, from people who are at least 3 shades, this is my light. See how dark my face is, but this is how light I technically really am. So people who are at least 3 to 4 shades lighter than me, which is pretty light, all the way to the darkest of the dark, I counted to see how many of their foundations would work for Black people. So that's on my blog, DeShawn Loves Makeup, the blog, or just go to DeShawn Hatcher and then go to my blog. It'll take you over. But yeah, there's I think there's 10 companies on there. I believe there were 10 that do go black that I found that went black. Face Atelier is one that goes black because it's infinite, because you're constantly mixing. So when you have a company that affords you the ability to just like squeeze and mix, you can make an infinite amount of color. So that's another one. Makeup Forever is a staple that I think is amazing. They go black These are consumer brands, by the way, and they're not pro brands. Clearly, Graftobian goes black because we have inclusion. Yes. So that goes black. RCMA goes black, except I don't like their coloring. Cinema Secrets goes black. Il Maquillage goes black. So it's a whole bunch. In fact, it was so funny because tonight I said, how's a lot of companies that go black? I think I should do another. It's been so long. I should do another foundation thing. It just took so long to do that research. Oh, Inglot is another one that people sleep on. They actually do go black. They have tons of colors for black people. Don't sleep on Inglot. They have tons. Did you hear what I said? Tons of colors for black people. So I just think it's something that, you know, those are the ones that I had done. I think I had done that article now about 5 years ago. So this is before Fenty. This was before inclusion. This was before all of them. This was before all of them. Oh, and AJ Crimson is on my list as well. Even though I've never tried AJ's stuff, I just know it's beautiful. I can see it. So yeah, that's for me. Thank you, Solange. By the way, love the inclusion palette. Sylvia lent it to me. Thank you, Sylvia, for lending it to her. I appreciate that. RCMA is so good. Yeah, it's just not my thing. Like, you know, it's not because we're in competition. It never was my thing. RCMA was never my thing. Never in 5 million years was my I don't like the whole mixing thing. That's just me. I just, you know, for me personally, I just want to be able to use a product out the gate. I want to be able to, you know, if I needed to, out of like quickness, if I want to stick my finger in something, which I normally never do, by the way, if I want to stick my finger in it, I'm able to do that with every other brand that I just told you, but RCMA, and that drives me crazy. Also, RCMA on oily skinned people. For me personally, you got to be careful. For me, because I'm an oily skinned person. For me, when I tried it on my face, we're talking a very long time ago, it felt so heavy and I barely put anything on my face. I'm just not a fan. So if you're looking for me to be like rah RCMA ever, I love their powder. I will push their powder down your throat. But the foundation is just not something that I like. I have seen amazing beauty work when others use their foundations. For me personally, for me, it's not my thing. For other people, if you love it, go forth and have your fun with RCMA. For me personally, me no like it. Oh, thank you, Makeup Eliza. Thank you, darling. I appreciate that. Ching, 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 ching. Thank you. RCMA is too waxy. I don't know what it is. It just made me, and remember, I don't use that much makeup. I really do not. And it just made my face feel like I was suffocating. I was like, what is this? And this is before Graftobian, people. This is before my inclusion. This is way, way, way year. This has got nothing to do with me doing inclusion versus this. I tell you, I love Cinema Secrets like I love apple pie. Okay. It's not like that. It's just a product for me personally. I didn't like it. AJ's number 8 is incredible. So neutral. I mix it as well and use it in many ways. I bet it is. I haven't used it. Oh, Vivian, hi. I was just like, I know that person. Hi, Vivian. Yeah, I haven't used it yet. I think it's beautiful. The coloring, the colors are so gorgeous. So I haven't had a chance to use it. I was in an Inglot store before the pandemic and was shocked when a MAC MUA on the clock brought a customer over and showed them the Inglot brand. I was like, yeah, but Inglot has, you see, people sleep on that line. Don't sleep on Inglot. Inglot got it going on, people. They have, when it comes to just foundations, not unless they have pulled back from go on my website. I'm telling you, go on the my blog. I literally went through all the colors. I counted everything. They have so many colors. It's crazy. And the coverage on a lot of their stuff is gorgeous. People sleep on Inglot. Don't sleep on Inglot. They are more than liner. Don't sleep on Inglot. You have to really like go to, I know it's hard now because it's not that many stores here in New York. Well, I'm a New Yorker, so it's not that many stores, and I understand that. But, you know, really go check it out. Don't sleep on the Inglot. And technically it's quite affordable for new makeup artists, I find. So yeah, don't sleep on it. And they also have like discounts, and they used to be, I can't speak on what they do today, but they used to be very generous to newbie, not new, but makeup artists. So I think it's a company that people sleep on, and I think you should really check it out. They have a plethora of amazing products that, you know, I think that would become a staple in your kit. Don't sleep on, don't be sleeping on the Inglot. That's all I got to say. Don't sleep on Inglot. I think they have a hard texture. Solange, which one are you talking about, darling? I'm not sure. Sleeper. Hey, Vivian. Yeah, I just got that, by the way. Evie, I just got the Dora line. I don't know what, I had a brain fart for like 2 years, and I kept trying to order that from Inglot, and for some reason I kept ordering something else, and I was like, that's not it. And I would get it, and I would go, that's not what I want. What am I not doing? Literally just got it in a couple days ago, the Dora line. I just got it in because I'm going to add it to my little kit over there. But finally I got it in. I love it. I love it. Yes, and thank you, Karen. Inglot does have a pro program. Yes, it does. Rashad says they still order a 30 to 40% discount. When you order, they give you a 30 to 40% discount. I'm not sure. Love Inglot. Sad to know they closed one of their stores here where I live. Yeah, they had a store here as well, Solange. They had a beautiful store on Chelsea Market here. It's actually like where they film, where they used to film till this season, where they filmed 90 Day Fiancé, all the fiancé crap they used to film in that building. Also, the Food Network is in that building. Rachel Ray's in that building, la, 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 la. And they had a beautiful store there. But I think that, I don't know what's going on. I think when people think makeup, or they think like a line like a MAC, I think they just stop at MAC. And you really could go further and look to Inglot for many, 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 many things. Beautiful stuff. I love Inglot. I really do. I'm big on Inglot. Is Inglot's Broadway store closed? That's a good question, Vivian. I would have to see. I would have to look and see. I think maybe, honestly, it might have been closed because of the pandemic, because everything on Broadway was closed. So the Broadway was shut down. So I'm pretty sure it was closed at one point. And now, as we get back to crappy New York City's overcrowded life, it should probably open back up. I hope so. MOB. Okay, Belinda, MOB is a new brand that is awesome. When you say it's awesome, why, Belinda? Why? Why is it awesome? Why? Explain it. Explain it to the people. Share it. I'd like to know. Okay. Evie, not only to revive dead products, but you can make a liner from any press. Oh yeah, from any pressed powder or loose eyeshadow. Of course you can. They have Cinema Secrets, Face Atelier, I'm sure Graptovian, I can go on and on. They have this thing called an eyeliner liquid. I'm going to say eyeliner liquid. Face Atelier calls hers a transforming gel. It's a gel form, and then others, it's like a liquid. And you just take any kind of pressed powder and you mix it together, and bloop, you have an eyeliner. So yeah, all that. Or you can make a paint pot out of it, all that stuff. Yeah, Solange says, yeah, with Duraline, you don't have to buy all of those colorful eyeliners, which is very much like, I think Evie and I were just talking about. Yeah, Evie and I were just talking about how you just use it for eyeliner. That's another way of lightening your kit by not having to, let's say, carry a multitude of eyeliners and or pencils with you all the time. Because if you have something like a Duraline or transforming gel, or like I said, or eyeliner sealer, I think they call them eyeliner sealers, whatever. Those things extend your kit, so you don't have to carry all this crap with you. Nazi B, thank you for staying up. I know it's so late, honey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I may be on during the day, so make sure the notification's on. Have a good night, honey. Thank you for being up. MOB Beauty founder comes from MAC. Oh, comes from MAC background. Then Cover FX. Oh, I always forget about Cover FX. Thank you for reminding me about Cover FX. That's another beautiful line I don't use, but it is another beautiful line that I happen to like. I've seen it, you know, and I really do like it. I like it when I see other people use it. Yes, thank you. I forgot about that too, Solange. Thank you. Yes, again, another eyelining apparatus, Aqua Seal from Makeup Forever. So as you can see, there's so many brands and so many consumer lines and also pro lines that have these things that will allow you to either make a paint pot, make eyeliners, all that stuff out of it. Yes, Aqua. MOB is a new line. They offer a pro discount. Okay. Cover FX is gorgeous. And they have deep shades galore. Yes, they do. Yes, you're right. Yes, they do. Yes. You know what it is with me and Cover FX, honestly? I always, like when I did the what am I trying to say? When I did my foundation blog story, it had nothing to do with pro product. And so in my head, I could be wrong, correct me if I am, I always thought that Cover FX was a pro product. So that's why I didn't include them in the list. And all the things that I mentioned in that story, so, you know, is consumer-based products. It has nothing to do, there's no Graftobian on that list. There's no Cinema Secrets on that list. You know what I mean? So it's a pro, it's a consumer-based foundation listing. That's what I did. I didn't do anything pro. So in my brain, I do think of it as a pro product. I could, is it a pro? Listen, fill me in. Is it a pro product or is it a consumer product? Is it like Face Atelier, which is a really technically Face Atelier is a consumer brand. And what she does is she caters to pro makeup artists. So the question is, I don't know if that's what Cover FX is. I always thought Cover FX was for pros. Help me. Cover FX is both. Oh, now. Okay. Okay, that's good to know. I did not know that. Belinda. He also, oh, so MOB is the gentleman. And now you're saying that he also worked with Cover FX. Oh, cool, cool, cool. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look up everything y'all tell me. I do go back and read when you guys put up stuff. So I do read it. Believe me, I do. And I look it up. So yes, I do. Yes, those sealers are good tools. They come in handy. Most of them, not all, most of them are waterproof. The Aqua Seal definitely is a waterproof eyeliner, great for brides and stuff like that. So it's really good. It's really good. Celestimo! Hello, Celestimo. With all the depotting going on, check out how MOB Beauty is packaged. Ooh, I love to hear about that. I'm going to check it out. When I get off of here, I will definitely check that out. And Belinda said, oh, you used to work for Cover FX. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so now I'm correct that Cover FX used to be pro, and now it is technically pro consumer. Okay, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. Yeah, but like I said, if you go to the blog story, you're going to go, well, what about this? Or what about that? This is all solely based on consumer makeup brands. It has nothing to do with us pro people. It wasn't supposed to be a combination therefore of pro and consumer. It was just straight up consumer. So that's why that listing is what it is. Sorry for the delay. Why are you talking? To mix those. Oh, yeah. Yes, you can also use that stuff to, thank you, Solange. You can also use a lot of that stuff, the Aqua, those eyeline sealers, excuse me. You can actually take a couple of drops and mix them into foundations if you want. There's a lot of things that you can do with those things. You just have to experiment and play with it and see what the combinations that you guys come up with, how many drops to how many of this works. And then you can just you could go crazy. It's sort of like what Lou said earlier, how he wants to like kind of experiment with different moisturizers and all that stuff, how we were talking about at the top about experimenting. Well, if this is something that you want to experiment with, you can certainly call in your clients and say, hey, I'm trying out this new foundation formula. Would you like to come over and let me try it on you and then let me beat your face for a minute and then you can bounce? You know, all of these things are very helpful when you are trying to make yourself a little different and playing around and having, as I say, having a play date. There's nothing wrong with that when you have clients that you want to kind of like, show them some new stuff, show them that you know things. I know things, clients, I know things. So you can do all that. So yeah, man. Listen, people. You people are fabulous. This has been a long one. I thought I was going to be on here for at least an hour. Y'all got me on here yapping. So revisit the top of the show because we talked about how to make yourself kind of stand out a little bit more, and all that good stuff. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up because YouTube needs to know that I am here. Without the thumbs up, they will not showcase my work on the little, I forgot what you call it, recommend it. They won't recommend. If you show no love, they will not recommend. So make sure you give it a thumbs up. A thumbs up is important. And if you haven't, subscribe. And that's it. So I'm gonna get off of this thing because we've been on here for an hour and a half. Vivian, it was so nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming by here. That was a lovely surprise. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. I'm quite honored, Vivian. I follow you. I love your stuff too. So yeah, so peeps, I will see you know how it is next week Sunday. We'll be back. We'll be back with a chit and a chat. But for now, I'm done. Have a good night, people. See you next Sunday. Like. Okay, bye.